Hi, Flavia.
Hi, Sienna.
Could you please let me know your thoughts on Poseidon Principles and the way forward?
Thank you, Sienna, for the question and for the opportunity. Well, the goal of decarbonization is of paramount importance, but achieving it requires the coordinated effort of all the stakeholders in the chain. The financial sector is also called upon to play its part. It is interesting, a study conducted by the Bank of Italy, the Italian banking sector supervisor body. According to this study, in pursuing decarbonization strategies, tighter financing conditions on so-called brown firms may not in fact reduce the CO2 emissions as expected. Even if they did, there will be a macroeconomic cost to pay. Instead, the study makes an alternative proposal. It is that portfolio decarbonization strategies that selectively relax and tighten the financing conditions for green and brown investments can lower emissions without jeopardizing microeconomic activities. A decarbonization strategy is pursued by financial intermediaries that favors virtuous firms that engage in green investments, irrespective of whether they were brown or not, is more promising than a strategy that distinguishes brown and green firms based solely on the level of emissions. So this study provides support to the so-called best-in-class approach, calling for financing conditions to be relaxed for green investments and tighter for brown investments. This conclusion of the Bank of Italy study can be carried over the insurance sector, adapting it appropriately. It is well known indeed that the insurance function is that of risk transfer. However, an insurance, who must remain solvent, has to carry out a very precise assessment of that risk. For this reason, it cannot promote products that simply adjust premiums on the basis of whether the insured is green or not. For example, it is accepted that a house that is 100% eco-friendly, yet is built on landslide-prone ground, would be difficult to insure, even if it's considered green. So, as the Bank of Italy suggests, it is important to have an approach that takes into account macroeconomic impacts. The aim is to promote virtuous behavior without necessarily penalizing brown companies, and the aim is to help them in gradual transition programs. The Poseidon Principles are drafted with the above aim in mind when assessing the climate alignment on vessels. And in Italy, many insurance companies have joined the Poseidon Principle Alliance, thereby showing their fully commitment to the cause.
Thank you, Flavia, for your contribution.